In today's lecture, we will discuss formal grammar, then linear grammar and regular grammar. So, a formal grammar formally defined using a quadruple, that is V, T, S and P. So, V stands for finite set of meta symbols or variables or non-terminals. So they are special symbols that denote set of strings. Capital T stands for finite set of terminals. Terminals are basic symbols of which strings in the language are comprised of. Capital S stands for its start symbol. And capital S belongs to capital V. Capital P stands for finite set of productions. Form of production look like this. Here there will be an arrow. On left hand side of arrow there can be one or more instances of non-terminal terminals. And right hand side there can be zero or more instances of non-terminal or terminals. So form of production distinguish different kind of formal grammars. Different type of formal grammars can be defined by putting additional restrictions on left hand side of productions or right hand side of productions or both. If we put restriction on left hand side or right hand side of the production, we can get different types of formal grammars. Types of formal grammars mean this could be regular grammar, context-free grammar, context-sensitive grammar or unrestricted grammar. Now next is linear grammar. Linear grammar again can be defined using the quadruple, that is V, T, S and P. Again the same, V stands for finite set of non-terminals. T stands for finite set of terminals, S stands for start symbol of the grammar and P is productions. In linear grammar, production rule is defined like this. On left hand side, there will be only one non-terminal. On right hand side, two types of alternates are possible. So, in first alternate, on right hand side we can have zero or more instances of terminals followed by a single non-terminal, then zero or more instances of terminals. Another alternate can be zero or more instances of terminals. It can be written like this also, V2 T star V T star or V2 T star. So this is the production rule for linear grammar, where on left hand side there will be one non-terminal and on right hand side there can be at most one non-terminal. Now we will look at an example. Here we'll try to see whether it is linear grammar or not. So just in this grammar, on left hand side there is only one non-terminal. Now on right hand side, in this alternate there is one non-terminal and in this alternate there is zero non-terminal. And before that we have one terminal and after this as there is one terminal. So this is as per the rule of linear grammar, where on left hand side there should be only one non-terminal and on right hand side there should be at most one non-terminal. Before this non-terminal, zero or more terminal may appear. After this non-terminal, zero or more terminal may appear, and next alternate T star mean zero or more terminals may appear on right hand side. So both the alternates of both the all the production rules given in this grammar are satisfying the property of linear grammar. So we can say this is linear grammar. Now we will try to obtain language from this grammar. For obtaining language from this given grammar, we'll obtain strings derivable from start symbol of the grammar. Here start symbol of the grammar is capital S. So S can derive empty string. So first possible string for this language can be epsilon. Now using this alternate of this production, we can write S derives A S B. Now, in place of this S, we can write epsilon using the production S to epsilon. So, in next step, we will obtain AB. So, second possible string in the language can be AB. Now, further we can obtain S derives ASB using production S to ASB. Now, we can substitute this S with again its first alternate. So, after doing the substitution, in place of S, suppose we are writing ASB and then B. So, now next step, now we'll substitute this S using S to empty string. So, here we will get AABB. So, next possible string in the language can be AABB. Now further we can obtain S derives again using the first alternate first. So we can write ASB. Now we can substitute this S with any of these two alternates. Now suppose first we are using SB. So A, in place of S we can write ASB and then B. Now this S again can be substituted using the first alternate. So we will get AA, again ASB and then BB. Now in place of this S we can write the second alternate and we can obtain AAA and BBB. So here the third possible string of the language can be this one. And similarly we can obtain the entire language. So this is the example of linear grammar and where we have obtained the strings in language. Now we will check the another example and we'll try to check whether given grammar is linear grammar or not. So in linear grammar again we'll check this grammar is having 3 production rules. In every production rule, on left hand side we have single non-terminal. So left hand side is satisfying the property of linear grammar. Now we'll look at right hand side. On right hand side in this alternate we have at most one non-terminal. Here also we have at most one non-terminal. And here we have 0 non-terminal. All the production rules of this grammar are satisfying the property of linear grammar. So we can say that this given grammar is linear grammar. Now we will discuss right linear grammar. In right linear grammar, production rule look like this, where on left hand side there will be one non-terminal. On right hand side there are 2 possible forms of alternates. In first possible form, 0 or more instances of terminal should be followed by a single non-terminal. And in second alternate, 0 or more instances of terminal. So we can say in right linear grammar, on left hand side there will be only one non-terminal, and on right hand side there will be any number of terminals optionally followed by a single non-terminal. So in right linear grammar at most one non-terminal may appear and it should appear at rightmost position. Mean after the non-terminal no terminal will appear. Now look at this example S to ABS, S to A. In this grammar on left hand side there is only one non-terminal, while on right hand side we have 2 types of alternate. In this alternate, two terminals followed by single non-terminal, and that is situated at rightmost position. And in this alternate there is no non-terminal. So the grammar satisfying the property of right linear grammar. So in that way this given grammar is right linear grammar. Now we will try to obtain language produced or language generated by this grammar. So we will obtain the derivable strings from start symbol of the grammar. So start symbol can derive one first string as A. S can derive A. Now next is suppose S derives A, B capital S using the first alternate. Now we can substitute this S using its second alternate. So we can get A, B, A. So second possible string of the language can be ABA. Now further we can derive S derives ABS. Now in place this S, again we can write the first alternate of S. So what we will get, S derives AB and then AB and then S. Now this S can be replaced with the second alternate and then we will get AB, ABA. So third possible string can be ABA. Now further we can get the next derivable, we can obtain the next derivable string S to ABS. Then AB, in place of S we can write again ABS. Further in place of this S we can write ABS. Now this S can be substituted using the second alternate and we can get AB and A. So in that way the next possible string of the language can be AB and A. And similarly we can derive the further subsequent strings in this language. So here we have seen that this given grammar is right linear grammar. Now next grammar is left linear grammar. So production rule for left linear grammar is, on left hand side of production there will be only one non-terminal, and on right hand side of the grammar there can be at most one non-terminal, and that should be situated at leftmost position. So in left linear grammar there will be 0 or 1 non-terminal followed by 0 or more terminals. So in this alternate, one non-terminal is there that is situated at leftmost position, mean before this non-terminal no terminal may appear, and after this non-terminal 0 or more instance of terminals may appear. Now another alternate for this grammar can be 0 or more instances of terminal. Now this is the example of left linear grammar. Why this is left linear grammar? Because on left hand side of the grammar here we have only one non-terminal, and on right hand side what we are observing, that in this alternate there is only one non-terminal situated at leftmost position followed by two terminals AB. Now this production rule has two alternates. In this alternate there is only one non-terminal situated at leftmost position followed by terminals AB, and in this alternate there is only one non-terminal as per this rule. One non-terminal, then 0 or more terminals. Now in this B2A, on right hand side we have only one terminal. So this is from here, one terminal and no non-terminal is there. And for this we can obtain the regular expression like AB whole star. We can obtain the language from this grammar as obtained in the previous case. So till here we have discussed about formal grammar, then linear grammar, then right linear grammar and left linear grammar. Now next we will discuss about the regular grammar. Regular grammar is a grammar that is either right linear grammar or left linear grammar, but not the mix of both. So regular grammar can be right linear or left linear grammar. We have already discussed right linear grammar and left linear grammar. So we will see the example. First example is B to A, A to BB, A to epsilon. Here we will try to check whether it is regular grammar or not. So on left hand side we have only one non-terminal. So left hand side is satisfying the property. Now we'll check on right hand side. This alternate is having no non-terminal. This alternate is having one non-terminal situated at rightmost position. And this alternate is having no non-terminal. In fact, epsilon. So this grammar satisfying the property of right linear grammar. So we can say this is regular grammar. Now we will take another example and we'll try to check whether it is regular grammar or not. So here we have three production rules. On left hand side there is only one non-terminal. On right hand side there is no non-terminal. It has only one non-terminal situated at leftmost position, and this it is having no non-terminal. So all the productions given over here are satisfying the property of left linear grammar. So we can say this is a regular grammar. Now we'll take another example. In this example, S to AA epsilon and A to SB. On left hand side we have single non-terminal, while on right hand side in this alternate we have one non-terminal situated at rightmost position, and this alternate is having no non-terminal. In this alternate we have non-terminal that is situated at leftmost position. So this rule is satisfying the property of right linear grammar, while this production rule is satisfying the property of left linear grammar. So this is not regular grammar because it is mix of two. So this is regular grammar, this is regular grammar, but this is an example of non-regular grammar. Now we'll see the proof idea of a theorem. Theorem is a right linear grammar generates regular language. So here it is given is a grammar G, and G is right linear grammar, and we need to prove that language produced by this grammar, that is LG, is regular. Proof idea is here we'll construct NFA with the null moves capital M such that language produced by this automata and language produced by this grammar are equal. Now we'll discuss one example related to proving. Here there is a grammar S to AAB, A to AAB, B to BBA. On left hand side there is only one non-terminal, and in every alternate on right hand side there is at most one non-terminal, and in every alternate it is situated at rightmost position. So given grammar is right linear grammar. Here we'll see very simple process for converting a grammar into a right linear grammar into NFA with null moves. Here name of non-terminal can be considered as a state name. So here start symbol of the grammar is capital S. So in NFA with null moves we'll create a start state, and name to this state is suppose capital S, same as this. Now first we will create the state for every non-terminal in the grammar. So one non-terminal is A, another non-terminal is B, and we'll create one extra state as final state, that is actually special state, and name to this state is suppose VF. This is final state for this NFA with null moves. Now how transitions will be marked? At state S, and production is S to AA. So at state S we can mark transition from S to A for symbol A, SAA. Now S to B, another alternate is S to B. So S to B we can mark a transition, but before B there is no terminal. So here on transition we'll mark epsilon. Now next is A to AAB. So from A to B we'll mark a transition. For reaching B there are two terminals. So here we will mark one intermediate state, and transition will be marked from A to B going through some intermediate state, and for symbol AA. So A to AAB. Now next is B to BB. So at B we'll move back to B after reading symbol small b. Now next is at B to A. So here we will mark B to A transition from B to final state for input symbol A. So this is the process for constructing NFA with null moves from given grammar. Now for this, and from this NFA with null move, we can obtain regular expression that it can derive. It will be A, then A, then A, then B star, and then A. First possible path. If you are following this path, A, and A. Another possible path, epsilon, B star, A. So we can write B star, A. So here language produced by this machine will be the language corresponding to this regular expression. Similarly, we can obtain language that can be produced by this grammar, and we can find that language produced by this grammar and language produced by this automata both are same. So in that way we can prove that right linear grammar generates regular. Now the second theorem is linear grammar generates regular. So here G is a left linear grammar. It is given to us. We need to prove that language produced by this grammar is regular. For proving this theorem, proof idea is we will construct right linear grammar for given left linear grammar. Left linear grammar is G and will produce right linear grammar, let it be G prime, such that LG is equal to LG prime whole reverse. We'll do the reversal of language obtained by this right linear grammar, and then we'll find that both are equal. Now it is giving to us that G is linear grammar. If it is linear grammar, then its production rule can be written like this. On left hand side there will be only one non-terminal, and on right hand side we can write B, A1, A2, A3 up to AK. B is a non-terminal which is situated at leftmost position, followed by any number of terminals. Now another alternate is in which on right hand side we have only string of terminals. So we can convert this given grammar, left linear grammar, into right linear grammar. Let it be G prime. So for conversion, on left hand side we can write the same non-terminal, but on right hand side we will write the sequence in reverse order. So here we can obtain AK minus 1 up to A1, then capital B. And if alternate of this form again can be written in reverse order. So on right hand side we will write this in reverse order. So here we will write AK minus 1 up to A1. So this is right linear grammar for this grammar. But the thing is, if we will obtain language from this grammar, then all the strings or in this language will be in reverse order. For this language we need to do the reversal of this given language. We'll reverse all the strings in obtained language, and then we will find that this is equal to a given left linear language. We have already proved that right linear grammars are regular grammar. So in general we can say, suppose a left linear grammar G, and in G grammar, left linear grammar, production can be written as A to B new, where B is a non-terminal situated at leftmost position, followed by a string of terminals. Now we can write G prime, that is right linear grammar, and it can be written as A2, then reverse of new followed by B. Similarly, another alternate in G can be like only new. So in G prime, this alternate should be written as reverse of new. So we can convert a given left linear grammar into right linear grammar using this rule. So this is right linear grammar, and we can obtain language this right linear grammar. We have already proved that language generated by right linear grammar is regular language. From this language we can obtain reversal of this language. So reversal will be LG prime R. And we know that reversal of any regular language is also regular language. And this is equal to LG, that is language obtained from the given left linear grammar. So this will also be regular language. So here we can prove that a left linear grammar generates regular language. Thank you so much. If you have any doubt, then feel free to write in comment section. Thank you so much.